Hello, guys! We are going to talk about a comedy romance film called Behaving Badly from 2014. A lot of interesting things are waiting for you. The movie begins with a demonstration by Rick. He notices his mother lying unconscious and calls for help. A few minutes later, doctors and a police officer arrive, asking a few questions and taking away all the evidence. In one of the letters, Lucy admits that she knows about Rick's affair with her friend. Rick begins to think about who else might know this information. He swears that he had no other choice. 2 Sundays ago, all his life he was in love with Nina, but he couldn't admit it. He has a brother and a sister who works as a dancer in a club, and their mother, Lucy, drinks all the alcohol in the house every day, dreaming of divorcing her husband. Joseph asks for a special tape back, and Rick gives it to him, after which Joseph immediately walks out. Rick and his sister work in the same club. The owner of the club, Jimmy, asks them to find a girl who hasn't come to work. However, she doesn't want to go anywhere, and offers a special favor. Rick should tell everyone that she is sick. Later, he goes to his friend's house. Mrs. Bender opens the door, and Rick can't say a word. The woman realizes that he has come to see Billy and invites him to come in. The friends talk for a while, and then Bender asks Billy to go to the store. Left alone, she uses her skills and has some fun. A new day comes. Rick reflects on yesterday and thinks about how to hide it from other people. During a break, Carlos, the son of an influential gangster, approaches him. He offers to make a bet that Rick will not be able to start dating Nina. Rick agrees. He does not understand why he agreed, because now he will have to pay $1,000 for the loss. Suddenly, the spirit of Saint Lola appears. She appears in the most difficult moments of a teenager and assures Rick that he will succeed. Going out into the hallway, he finds out that Nina broke up with her boyfriend, so Saint Lola was right. During class, he manages to get Nina's attention, but their lesson is interrupted by the sudden death of the teacher. All classes are canceled, and Rick takes this chance to get to know Nina. He suggests that she go to her teacher's funeral. Kevin notices their conversation and asks what they are talking about. Nina deliberately agrees to Rick's proposal. Kevin vows to take revenge on Rick. After the funeral, the 3 of them listen to music. Nina recognizes the musician and tells him how much she likes the music. Rick decides to say that he knows the singer personally and has tickets to an upcoming concert. Nina offers to go with Rick. Suddenly, a priest crashes into their car, apologizing and suggesting that they not call the police. Rick wants Jimmy to find tickets to the concert and a backstage pass. Jimmy agrees to help, but before that, Rick has to complete a small task. He needs to buy some special pills. The only thing left to do is find a car, and Bender can help with that, but only after completing another task. A new day comes. Bender hands over the keys and invites Billy to go with Rick. Toward nightfall, the 3 of them arrive at Jimmy's house. He says that he deceived Rick and did not intend to buy tickets for him. Rick notices his father's car in the parking lot. They hear screaming from the next room and knock on the door. Rick takes advantage of the situation and apologizes to Nina for ruining the evening. Nina tells him not to worry because she had fun. The next day, Rick notices a priest leaving Bender's house, who is not feeling well and leaves, but Bender wants to continue the show. Upon returning to class, the students are introduced to a new teacher, but the woman died a few minutes later. This is the 3rd teacher to die in 2 days. The principal did not like the duo arguing about the nun's life expectancy. He is about to impose a severe punishment, but is distracted by his secretary. The friends decided to see what the director kept in his desk. There were many photos from the women's locker room. The principal pretends that the photos accidentally fell into his drawer, but he agrees to be good to Rick and Billy for the rest of the school year. After school, Rick takes Nina home. A little later, he receives a call from a car mechanic who is repairing his mother's car. The repair is delayed for 1 week, so Rick can choose any car to use temporarily. He chooses an Aston Martin. The trio has fun all day, but they are stopped by the police. Nina finds out that the car belongs to a gangster. It turns out that the body of a mechanic was found in the trunk of the car. Now Rick is suspected of the crime, and the priest's lawyer comes to him and offers to make his father the main suspect. Rick agrees and tells the police that his father is the boss of the Lithuanian mafia. The officer does not believe him and asks for proof. Rick says that right now his father is on a business trip to Latvia. Rick is released and the lawyer asks to take her home. During the trip, she gets a bad headache and accidentally takes a special pill. She immediately becomes cheerful and invites Rick to visit her, but Rick refuses. When Rick returns home, he notices that his sister has organized a party and invited her friends from work. Rick sees this as a great opportunity to make some money. He suggests that Billy organize a one-night club at home. Rick tells his sister that they need to have a party, and she agrees. An hour later, many people come to the house. Even Miss Bender comes to visit. She takes Rick to the kitchen, and at the most unexpected moment, Billy comes in and doesn't understand what's going on. After that, he takes Miss Bender to another room. Rick calls Jimmy and asks him how to reduce the effects of the pills. He agrees to help and comes to the party. Nina, who has been worried about Rick, also comes to the party. He starts talking about his life and almost kisses her, but they are interrupted by Bender. At this time, a Lithuanian mafioso arrives at the party. As a result of the interrogation, Nina learns about the affair between Rick and Miss Bender. Rick asks Nina to stop and listen to him, but a gangster from Carla's family approaches them and reminds them that the bet ends tomorrow. Nina tries to hit Rick but hits a policeman. A fight breaks out, and most of the people are taken to the police station. The school principal and Justin Bieber are also taken there. Rick learns from Nina that she liked him because he was different from everyone else, but she realizes that she was very wrong and wants Rick to leave. On the way home, he starts to think back to the past 2 weeks. It turns out that Joseph was put in a Lithuanian prison because of his son's lies, but Rick assures him that he didn't say anything. Rick does not know what to do and decides to go to confession. The priest is shocked by what he hears and tries to beat the boy. Later, Bender comes to him. He tells her that Lucy has found out their secret and suggests that they break up. She agrees, but if Rick changes his mind, she doesn't mind having fun again. Rick comes to the hospital to visit his mother. He sees an empty bed and thinks she is dead. Rick apologizes for his mistake, but is suddenly called by Lucy, who is lying on another bed. They make up, and Lucy assures Rick that he will be able to mend his relationship with Nina. After that, he leaves, but before he does, he has to pay for the bet he lost. Carlos wants to do something bad to Rick, but quickly stops himself. He respects the man who put his father through so much. Because of this, he forgives Rick his debt. After that, he asks the lawyer to help him get his friend out of jail. After releasing his friend, he returns to his mother. Rick does not notice Nina, who works at the hospital. The whole family is reunited again, and the children say how much they love Lucy. Rick leaves the hospital excited and almost gets into an accident. Nina comes out to hear the commotion. Rick apologizes and confesses that he loves her. After that, the couple kisses. This is how the movie ends. In the movie, we saw how Rick tries to do everything possible to attract the attention of the girl of his dreams. He finds himself in incredible situations, commits various rash acts, and faces various obstacles on his way. However, in the course of his adventures, he learned an important lesson about friendship, mutual understanding, and responsibility. In summary, we can say that sometimes the path to achieving your dreams can be confusing and full of unpredictable circumstances. But it is important not to lose faith in yourself and not to forget about the value of true values in life.